This is ridiculous. Oh my god. I'm gonna try to do this video and act like nothing's different and everything is normal and this is just a new look. Look at the butterflies. I have my choker on. I got my Air Force Ones on with my high top socks. This nice little 90s style dress. I followed a 90s makeup tutorial. It is rough. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I look totally crazy and that is because after I film this, I'm jumping on a girls' night. A bunch of YouTube moms and I are having a 90s themed girl night and I thought it would just be fun to film today's assumption video, which is what today's video is gonna be, dressed up in my 90s apparel. Today's video is an assumptions video. It's kind of like a Q&A, but a little bit more fun, I guess. I don't know, it depends on the assumption. But I asked you guys on Instagram to send over some assumptions that you have about me and my life and everything, and you guys are awesome. So thank you to everybody who did participate in that over on Instagram. But I'm gonna go through those, answer as many as I can, and just have like a fun little Q&A assumptions chat with you guys and let you guys get to know me a little bit better. Oh, and before we get started, if you guys like assumptions videos or Q&As, please give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button down below. Usually I share a lot of vlogs and day in the life videos and I dress somewhat normal. If you guys want to do more themed Q&As, let me know too, because that could be kind of fun. Very first assumption is you've always had money. And no, that's totally not true, but I've always known how to work. I've always had a strong work ethic. Like I remember when Ty and I first got married, we would have like $20 in our bank account. It's normal. If you are going through that, I feel like that's just a phase of life and that's part of life. But what I will say is, yes, I've always had money because I've always known how to make money for myself. And I mean, this goes way back. When I was in high school, I was very active in school. I was in so many clubs, like literally every club you could think of. I was vice president of our senior class. I was a cheerleader. We had cheer practice a couple times a week, and then I had football games and basketball games, and it was a lot. It was a lot, but I also worked, and I would work like once during the school week and then like after school, and then we were a cafe. I worked as a waitress, and so we were really only open in the mornings, so I'd cheer at night and I wouldn't get home from hanging out with my friends until like midnight, and then I'd have to be up at 5 a.m. to go to my 5:30 a.m. waitressing job every single Saturday, and I'd waitress on Sundays too. I started that job when I was 13. Actually, I started dishwashing when I was 13 and worked my way up to waitressing, but I've learned to work and provide for myself from a very early age. Through college, for 2 out of the 4 years, I worked 40 to 50 hours a week at the mall, plus I went to school full time, and I also did photography on the side too. So when I wasn't working on my days off, the 2 days I'd have off from school and from work, I would do photography sessions for people, like families and kids and stuff like that. But I've always just been the person who kind of figures it out. If I don't have money, if I want something, I'm gonna work for it. I'm gonna figure out a way to make that dream come true, I guess. My assumption is you're loving your new life and are happier than ever. Totally. I'm very happy right now. I'm content in my own way. Like I still struggle with not knowing what the future is going to be like. I feel like that's a lot of people though, but I do kind of struggle like not knowing where I'm going to be living next year and stuff like that. But overall, like I am in a much better mindset than I have ever been. I feel comfortable with who I am. I feel comfortable in my own skin. I feel comfortable with the decisions that I'm making for my life, and I do feel very happy. That brings a lot of happiness. The past couple years I've really struggled, and you know, if you guys watch my channel, you've seen everything that I've gone through. There's been a lot of family things, there's been a lot of relationship things, going through a divorce, moving, you know, having to close a chapter of my life with getting adopted, that kind of stuff. Like things have been heavy on me, and I feel like finally I am just at that point in my life where I feel lighter and there's not a bunch of weight on my shoulder, and that is a very refreshing feeling. And I think a lot of you guys see that. Like I just feel more like myself. Scarlett's 3 years old. I feel like I'm really in my groove of motherhood. I just learned a lot about myself over the past couple of years, and a person assumes you just love everything pink. I do love pink. Pink is one of my favorite colors, but I am not like only pink. Like I like other colors too. I assume you would consider yourself politically conservative. I don't really feel like I fit into any category. If anything, more of like libertarian, and that's kind of based off of Ty's views, to be honest. Ty's very libertarian. The more and more I've learned about what he views, I kind of agree with him. But honestly, I'm not gonna get into politics on here. Heck to the no. I'll keep it short and sweet. My personal belief, and this comes in all aspects of my life, is I don't want to be told what to do, whether it's the government or whether it's Ty. I'm gonna leave it at that. This person says you definitely wear the pants in your relationship, and I definitely don't think that is the case. Ty stands up for himself whenever I'm being difficult. He will stand up for himself, he'll state his opinion, and he will not budge. That is one of our issues, is that we're both so stubborn and we're both so much alike in that aspect that when we are fighting, it's really hard for us to meet in the middle, because we are so stubborn and we are so strong. Like our beliefs and our thoughts, we believe in so much that it's really hard for us to see the other person's side, and that's something we really worked through in counseling, and we're still working through, and we'll always be working through, like, through our lives. But I definitely don't wear the pants, and neither does he. We are very equal, I feel like, when it comes to our relationship, and I'm so grateful for that, because I don't want it any other way. I assume you're the sweetest human and that you would be the best friend. Thank you. That's really, really sweet of you. This person assumes you will all have baby number 2. Y'all will have a baby number 2. Oh yeah, totally. Ty told you guys in our Q&A that he's ready for another, so someday, it's just not time yet. This person assumes that you're falling back with Ty and moving too fast again. Love you guys, by the way, though. Thank you. It's all in perspective. Like, there isn't really a right or wrong way to go about dating somebody for the second time, especially an ex-husband. There's not a right or wrong way to do this. I don't think we're moving fast. I think we're making very smart moves. It's not like we're moving back in with each other immediately, or we are like breaking our leases to like live back together again. We're not doing that. But the reality of it is that we're both in apartments and leases are expiring, and if we're gonna make this work, if we're gonna put our family back together, it's smart to move back in together and take that next step. Personally, and I've talked to Ty about this, and I'll speak for him because I know he would say the same thing, I've asked Ty to move in with me because I do have a 2-bedroom apartment. He does not. He has a very small apartment, so it just wouldn't make sense for us to move in with him. And I told him, let's just try it out. Let's live together, because that is going to be a challenge for us, and let's just see how things go, and then maybe think about like buying a house or something. And he's not totally on board with that. He does not want to move into an apartment with our entire family. We both need our space, and I don't blame him, because another part of me is like, okay, yeah, I totally get what you're saying. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we are planning to purchase a house end of this year, maybe beginning of next year, so just depending when the right thing comes along. So yeah, that's a big step for us, but by that point, I think we will be pretty comfortable making that decision. You assume Scarlett gives her teacher a hard time only because of all that sass and personality. You know what is so funny? Initially, her going into school, I kept telling my mom, I'm like, I'm really scared for her to go to school. She doesn't really listen to me. You know, I really struggle with that at home, and I'm scared that she's gonna be the same way at school. And when we went to our parent-teacher conferences this past, like right before everything closed down, they had parent-teacher conferences, and I was blown away by how well she is doing. I asked her teacher if she has any trouble, and her teacher said nothing but amazing things about her. She's a completely, like, she's one of those kids who's not gonna listen to her parents, but she goes to school and she's like a complete angel. I assume that after the split, you and Ty decided that you can live without each other, but you don't want to. Yeah, totally. I've loved living on my own. I've like thoroughly enjoyed it, and so has Ty. Like, we've both thrived in our own environments. That doesn't mean anything. That's not bad though, and I feel like some people think that's like a bad thing, that we enjoy our space so much, but I personally see that as being super healthy. This person assumes you want 4 kids. No, I do not. If you have 4 kids, you are amazing, but I personally could not. I grew up in a household with 4 kids. I was the oldest. I have 3 younger sisters, and life was just crazy. I'm grateful I grew up that way, but I personally don't want that. This person assumes that you are full of toddler sensory activities and crafts, and that you have endless patience. Definitely do not have endless patience, but I am a very creative person, and that has definitely carried over into like my toddler sensory activities and stuff like that. I was huge into art in high school. I've always been like a really creative person. That's been like a strong characteristic of mine, I guess. This person assumes that you want more daughters than you want sons. Ideally, in a perfect world, we will have a little boy next. I really, really want a boy. I don't have any boys in my family. I don't know what I'd do with a boy. I grew up with all sisters, like I said, and I'm just not, like, it'd be a whole different ballgame for me having a little boy. I wouldn't know what to do, but it'd be a fun challenge. I just think it'd be so special to have a daughter and a son, and I hope I'm blessed with that someday. However, I love my sisters. I'm grateful for my sisters. So if we have another girl, obviously I would be thrilled too. This person assumes that you want to move back to Kansas someday. As much as I miss my family and my friends there, I don't see myself moving back to Kansas. There's a lot of reasons why. I mean, never say never. If we ever did move back to Kansas though, it would probably be Lawrence, Kansas, or like the Kansas City area or something. This person assumes that you don't like cats because you only own a dog. That is true. That is very true. I think cats are great. I think they're cute, but I don't ever want to own a cat because I'm extremely allergic, and so is Ty. So yeah, we'll never own a cat. This person assumes that you don't cuss. Wish that was true. This person assumes that you make a decent salary from YouTube. I wish I could do what you do. Don't know how to. Thank you. Once you get to a place where you're doing YouTube full-time, it is a very good job, which is why when people ask me, like, will I ever go back to doing what I was doing before, which was working in the behavioral health field, that's a big no, because that would be a big financial cut for me. This person assumes that you'll be sad to leave your apartment and decor when you move with Ty again. A lot of stuff's gonna come with me, but I'm sure once we like buy a house or something, we're gonna want some new stuff too. But yeah, I mean, a little bit. I love apartment living. Obviously, being in a house will be really nice too, but I've been really happy with my space here. But I'll be excited to be in a house someday where Scarlett can just like run free and I don't have to worry about her stomping and the people below us getting mad. So that will be nice. Plus having a backyard will be nice to have again. This person assumes that you have always been a strong person. Totally. This person assumes that you're ready to get pregnant again. Not really. Not really. I don't feel like I'm personally in a phase of life right now that that would be a good decision. Would I be excited to be pregnant? Yes, absolutely. I want to be pregnant one more time, but let's just slow down and hold up a little bit, get a few things figured out. This person assumes that you spend money like crazy. Again, that's a relative assumption. I only spend within my means. I don't use credit cards. I'm not in debt, so I'm fine. This person assumes that you get offended very easily, or you are a very salty person. Let's look up the definition of a salty person. Does this make me salty? Salty person, Urban Dictionary. According to the insight of Urban Dictionary, salty when used as a slang term can be used to describe someone who is angry, agitated, or upset, as well as someone who is mean, annoying, and repulsive. Yeah, I definitely don't think that's me. And I definitely don't get offended easily. I think what is really funny and what people don't understand about me, what people don't really get about me, maybe some of you do, but whenever like I'm on the internet, people are gonna say, they're gonna make up crazy things. One thing that somebody asked me the other day was, I can't believe you leave your daughter at home by herself when you go running. She's only 3 years old. And I just freaking laughed. I screenshotted it, I sent it to Ty, and I'm like, these people, like, people are freaking crazy. Who in their right minds would think that I would leave my daughter at home by herself so I could go running? Like, that is just, the things are so far-fetched and crazy that some people come up with, like some assumptions that people come up with, they're just so like crazy to even think that it's hilarious and that it's funny. And so sometimes when like I do react to like a negative comment or something, it's literally because I think it is the dumbest / funniest thing ever, because it's so far-fetched and it's so far from the truth that I find humor in it. Another one that was super funny was when Ty and I were getting divorced. What was it? I don't remember the exact thing. I think I talked about it though, but somebody thought that Ty was in jail or prison or something, and that was what was going on, and that's why we were getting a divorce. And oh my god, it was so funny. But just some of the things that people assume and come up with in their heads about your life from a very short like 15-minute video of what you share on the internet is just insane sometimes. Like, it's literally insane, and you just have to laugh and find the humor in it. I definitely don't get offended by it, so that's where I'm going with all of this. Now hold on, let me just back up though. I don't want to come off completely like I never get offended by anything anybody says. I'm human. Things are going to be said sometimes that obviously hurt or get under my skin. It just depends on like the mood I'm in or something like that. So yes, there's times where things do upset me, but this person assumes that you prefer mixed drinks over wine. P.S. I enjoy your channel very much. Thank you. I enjoy both. This person assumes that you're type A person in a good way. Yes, very type A. This person assumes that you can sing, you have a pretty talking voice. Thank you, but no, I am an awful singer. Absolutely not. This person assumes that you don't rage scream at your kids. I think every mom has rage screamed at their child once in their life, and if you say you haven't, you're lying. This person assumes that you're very comfortable and confident in your own skin. I kind of touched on this earlier, but yes, I am, and it took me some time to get here. Definitely, I think after you have a child and after you have a baby, your whole, like, everything changes, your whole world changes, your whole outlook on life changes, your style changes, like everything changes. You kind of lose yourself, and it takes a while to find yourself again, and it definitely took me a while, but I feel very confident in the person that I am today, and it is a beautiful thing, and I hope all of you feel the same way. If not, I hope you all feel that way someday. This person assumes you used to be a big partier. Not really. I would say there was maybe a couple months out of my life right after I graduated college that my friend and I would go out a lot, and probably partied a little bit more than we should have, but that was literally like, yeah, right after I graduated college. My last relationship was coming to an end. I had just ended things with that relationship, and so I was just out having fun, but it never interfered with like my work or anything like that. So it was kind of more of like a, I'm done with college, let's go have fun more, because there's less stress on my plate. This person assumes that you hate the work aspect of YouTube and you need breaks, especially in lockdown. I definitely don't hate the work aspect. Hate is definitely a strong word. I think sometimes it is exhausting constantly putting your life out there, and that is more of why I need breaks sometimes. It's not necessarily because I don't like the work, because I definitely don't mind the work. It's more of just the like the mental exhaustion sometimes is just too much and you just need a break. This person assumes that your independence might cause problems in your relationship. No, I don't think so. I think Ty and we're both very independent people, and I think that we both appreciate that about each other, so I don't think that's ever been an issue. This person assumes that you had a creative and happy childhood because you seem to mirror that behavior with Scarlett. Thank you, I did. I had a very happy childhood. There was a lot that like went down in my childhood. My mom got pregnant with me when she was 17. My parents were very, very young. So, you know, growing up, my parents were learning to grow up too, and we moved a lot, but I had a very happy life. I was very loved, and I always had everything I needed, and my mom was like the best mom. Oh my god, I'm gonna tear up. she definitely, like, you would never question her love for like her kids. This person assumes that they say, I know you are usually positive, but when you are down, you are really down. And yes, that is very, very true. I feel like when things hit me, they hit me hard and they hit me fast, but I'm usually able to pull myself out of it pretty fast. I'm definitely the type of person who will always have a smile on my face for the most part, even when I'm feeling down. So, blessing and a curse. This person assumes that you've had work done. You look so different. I'm assuming she means from like the beginning of YouTube to like now, and let's just like think about this. So I have changed a lot, definitely have changed a lot. I have become more comfortable in who I am as a person. I've gotten like a lot more tattoos. I have lash extensions, and my girlfriend is actually the one who does them for me. I've gotten my eyebrows microbladed, which has been a game changer and so freaking awesome. It's basically just a tattoo. And then I did get a Juvederm lip filler one time. That was like, oh, it's gone now. It's dissolved by now, but I think that was like over a year and a half ago. So that was a while ago. I've never done like Botox. I've never done fillers or anything like that. So I think that's probably what you're asking. But if you think about it, when I first started YouTube, I was a brand new mom. I had extra baby weight. I was postpartum. I was spending like 5 minutes getting myself together because I had a newborn and still trying to navigate motherhood and also take care of myself, which that balance is really hard when you're a new mom. And on top of that, we didn't have a lot of money. I had just quit my job and we became a one-income household. So we didn't have extra money for me to get my hair done or my lashes done or my nails done or anything like that. And those definitely are materialistic things. It's not necessary at all, but I've always loved doing that kind of stuff. Always. Like, if you ask anybody in my family, they will tell you that that has always been Caitlyn. My mom's the same way. Like, we'd always go to like get our nails done together and stuff like that. But that's just been something I've always loved. So when you guys first met me on YouTube, I was not my true self. I was definitely a different person, just trying to figure myself out again after having a baby. On top of that, I've learned how to do my hair and my makeup, and that is a game changer. As I'm sitting here with so much makeup on my eyes. It's the 90s. This person assumes that you worry your new relationship with Ty will fail again. Yeah, totally. It's always a concern in the back of my mind, and I think in his too. When you go into a relationship for the second time, that's always going to be there. Those thoughts are always going to be there, that what if like we fall back into the same patterns. And so it is hard, and that's probably the hardest part. Yeah, that's been a challenge, but you kind of just have to like take things for how they are here and now and just trust that you're making the right decision. This person assumes that you get scared at night in the apartment. I have never once been scared ever. This person assumes that you don't take shit from anyone. So here's the thing you guys also probably don't know about me. I consider myself to be a very nice person. I don't like to hurt people's feelings. I don't like to step on people's toes. I know when to shut my mouth when I feel like confrontation is coming. I just kind of shut down. I don't really talk about it. Hi, Indy. And I don't always speak my mind, which has been something I have recently been working on. But sometimes that can be a downfall of mine, because sometimes people can walk all over me because I allow them to. And it's not that I don't recognize that, but sometimes I just allow that to happen because it's easier than voicing my own opinion and standing up for myself or whatever. And I just kind of like let things go. It's definitely not what I'd recommend. It's definitely like something I'm working on, but I'm just the kind of person who's always so concerned about other people's feelings and other people like in my group or like around me, like personally around me. I don't want to upset or hurt anyone, that sometimes, even though it probably should be said, I don't say it because I just don't want people to feel sad. This person assumes that you got back with Ty because it's easier than dating someone you don't know. No, definitely not. You know, believe it or not, I love Ty. Ty loves me. Like, we love each other, and there's a lot more to just being together because it's easy. This is actually a lot less easier than dating somebody else, to be honest. I feel like this is actually harder dating an ex-husband and somebody you have a past with than it would be to start new with somebody else. So in my opinion, this is actually the harder way. I assume you hate bacon. I love bacon. I assume that you are a very chill person, 100%. Like, we can have plans and you say, actually, let's go do this, and I'll be like, okay, cool, let's do it. Like, I'm just kind of like a go with the flow kind of person. Just don't like cancel plans on me. This person assumes that you are very hard on yourself and expect perfection. Definitely not me at all. I feel like I'm like the queen of typos on my Instagram stories, and I feel like I'm constantly like just rushing through things, and like I have like something that's messed up on YouTube, or I post a thumbnail and it's spelt wrong or something. Like, I feel like I'm the queen at that, and it's fine. Like, it's human. It's human. That just means you're human. I definitely would say like I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, I don't think I'm a perfectionist. I don't know. We'd have to ask Ty. This person assumes that you would be a motorcycle girl. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down. I'd be down. My in-laws are actually, like, they both have motorcycles and they go ride and stuff like that. And so Scarlett loves to, like, sit on their motorcycle and stuff. This person assumes that you eat healthier than Ty, and pretty soon you'll be running faster than him too. Yes, I eat healthier than him, but no, I don't think I'll ever run faster than him. Okay guys, that is gonna wrap up today's assumptions video. Thank you so much for sticking around and listening to this today. I had fun doing this. I hope you guys enjoyed the whole 90s vibe going on here. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. I'm gonna go jump on my live YouTube video thing now, and I'll see you guys in my next one.